Greetings people, 'tis I, 480 volts, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Alright, well in the last video we took care of business in the forest temple. We freed the sage, which turned out to be Saria. And as a result, all of the monsters have left Kokiri Forest, and now we can just talk to the little children. Now that the Deku Tree's sprout is growing in the Great Deku Tree's meadow, the forest has returned to normal. Well, you're welcome there, sweetheart. Because you know that was all my doing. Sup, bud? Teach me some fancy fencing. All I've ever done is tap B all my life. Well, yeah, that's basically all I do. Just use a control stick to kind of go with it. Oh, I forgot all about this kid here. I don't know what is up with the N64's draw distance. Why? I mean, it never had the greatest draw distance, but I noticed it really is apparent with these kids. Like, they are, like, see how they just disappear? It's always been that way in certain games, but it's not that way in this game with any other character. It's just these kids. I wonder if it's has something to do with the fairies that are over them. Like, it just took too much for those fairies. And then, you know, I don't know. Anyway, what's this kid say? Link! I wonder if he will come back. Well, you're never gonna believe this, but let me talk to this kid. By the way, today we're not going to do anything plot important. Well, I mean, we'll do a few things, but we're not really gonna progress with plot. You're such a big, strong guy. I really want to be like you someday, even though I'll always be small. Yeah. You won't grow up, you won't grow up. And then, let's see, have I talked to this kid yet? No, I haven't. I still think you really look like somebody I've seen before, mister. Yeah, now I'm just somebody that you used to know. I didn't have to, I'm sorry, I'm not going to. I still have to use Navi to talk to this girl. You can buy arrows at a shop only if you have a bow. Have you got one, mister? What if I shot you in the face? I would never do that to you. There's no point. It wouldn't do anything important. I feel like I've known you for a long time, mister. You have, and I want to say, what's her name? What's his name, I should say. Okay, so Saria's not here. Of course Saria's not here. She's in the Chamber of Sages. But I believe Mito is still at the entrance to the Temple Forest, I believe. I wonder if Saria will come back. Now, that I don't know. I can't answer you on that one. I can tell you all you want to know about Link. But I only know a little bit about Saria. Like, I mean, for real. Like, what's going to happen to her after her job is done? Is she just going to fade into nothingness? Is she gonna die? Maybe she'll come back and live the rest of her life in this village. Now that brings up another question. Do these kids, they don't age, so are they mortal? I mean, there's plenty of other things that'll kill a person besides the passage of time. I mean, I'm assuming they can still get sick or, you know, break their neck or whatever. Somehow a fair wind has begun to blow recently. Oh yeah? Somehow, huh? I'm sure Link will return someday. Yeah, you keep hoping. Since a fair wind started to blow, I'm sure Link will okay, so this kid is a combination of that one and that one, what they said. Okay. But yeah, do these kids, like, can they die at some point? Can they, like, break their necks? I'm just curious about that. Alright, so that's all I really need. I didn't really need to do anything. I just wanted to talk to these kids and show that you could. Okay, I gotta show something pretty important. Let's, leave and let's mount Epona. Now, this does not happen until you have beaten your first dungeon and rescued your first sage. I want to take a trip to the Temple of Time. There's something that we can do there. And I don't know if somebody's going to tell you to do this eventually, or what, but you know, to beat the game, you'll eventually have to do this. But I don't know if like anybody will ever point you in this direction. But I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, and just head that way now. Oh crap, I wasn't even paying attention. Let me go. You know what? You die for that. Huh, he actually did damage to me. My big sword makes quick work of them, but all they're dropping is magic bottles. It would be great if they dropped, you know. Yeah, they've religiously dropped magic bottles. I guess we don't get any hearts from these guys. That's great. I also love how their carcasses just lay there forever. They don't even phase out. That's creepy. No, I want to go to the Temple of Time. Here, I know how to get a ferry. Or do I? No, that does that. Wait, how do I get a ferry again? Oh, whatever. I forget how you get ferries out of those stones. It's been so long. Anyway, I want to go to the Temple of Time. I can't believe I took damage. Ow. Oh, there's Sheik. Yeah, this happens after you have beaten your first dungeon. Sheik is not standing by that pedestal anymore. You destroyed the wicked creatures that haunted the temple and awakened the sage. But there are still other sages who need your help. In order to awaken all the other sages, you must become even more powerful. You must travel over mountains, underwater, and even through time. How do I travel through time? If you want to return to your original time, return the Master Sword to the pedestal of time. By doing this, you will travel back in time 7 years. Oh, really? The time will come when you will have to return here quickly. I will teach this to you for when that time comes. The song to return you to the Temple of Time, the Prelude of Light. Okay, so we're gonna get a song. Dun 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 dun. That's easy. You don't have to play it rhythmically. I just did because I'm awesome like that. I actually really like this music. It's very meditative, atmospheric. I don't know. It's very calming. As long as you hold the Ocarina of Time and the Master's Sword, you hold time itself in your hands. Link, we shall meet again. Yeah, you keep saying that, buddy. Well, I don't even care so much about the song, although that is important. The main thing is, Sheik is gone from this pedestal. So now, when you approach it, the option to drop pops up. So when you choose drop, Link will actually place the sword back in the Master Sword, back in the pedestal where it came from, and then this'll happen. We're a child again. Yep, we are little Link again, and we have access to all of the things that, you know, we had when we were a kid. We have our bombs, we have our fairy boomerang. Or not really fairy boomerang, just our boomerang. And what's more is if we go out to you'll see. If we go out here, look at that! Well, it's not really a buzz with activity because it's nighttime. But yeah, we like actually traveled back in time. So Hyrule hasn't been completely overcome by Ganondorf's darkness yet. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, at any point you can just return to this time to, you know, be a kid again. Now, when you're a kid, of course, like I said, you have access to all that stuff, but you do not have access to... You do not have access to... Well, I can't use either of these two swords. Technically, I don't even have the Master Sword anymore. I can use my Hylian Shield somewhat bulkily, and I cannot use the hookshot or the fairy bow, obviously. So, no, I don't need to save. But yeah, that's a thing you can do, so that's kind of neat, I suppose. There will be a point in time where we have to do that. We can still use... Excuse me, we can still play our songs if we want. You know, our... You know, we can play, like, we could play the Song of Time to just warp back to this temple, yeah. And when you're ready to go back to being older again, you just approach the pedestal and you remove the Master Sword. Now, the thing that I'm slightly confused about... Why don't we just... stay in this time? Because that should theoretically prevent Ganondorf from being able to conquer the place. And I know what you're thinking, well, I mean, we've already placed the spiritual stones and we've used the Ocarina to open the door, so he could still get into the Sacred Realm, right? Well, if I understand correctly, the door to the Sacred Realm is opened by removing the Master Sword, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, the spiritual stones and the Ocarina, they open the door of time. The door of time leads to the Master Sword. The Master Sword is what opens up the, what do you call it? The Master Sword is what opens up the door to the Sacred Realm. So in my mind, as long as we leave this Master Sword there, it should be fine, because if you remember, somebody, I believe it was Rauru, he said the Master Sword could not be touched by evil. So, why don't we just leave it there? Ganondorf would never be able to get to the Triforce. You would think. It's Nintendo logic. What are you gonna do? Alright, let's climb down. There's a few things we can do. Now, there is... Okay, so that guy in the shop at Hyrule Castle Town who talks about catching Poes, there's a whole side quest you can do with that. I'm not going to do... I decided I wasn't going to do it. Maybe I'll change my mind later on in the game, but I really don't think I'm going to do it, because all you get for your rewards... Basically, what'll happen is, now that we have a bow and arrow, we can ride around on Epona and shoot down those Poes. And I'm gonna tell you, all that happens is you get a bigger quiver that lets you carry more arrows. I don't think that's worth it. There's also a mini game I can play. Wait, I think that's what happens. No, never mind. I do need to do that. Well, no, I don't. No, I don't. Because I misspoke. You don't get a new quiver. You get a new bottle. You get a new empty bottle. And it's worthy to note that you actually will use empty bottles to catch Poes. So maybe I should do that, because I may need an extra bottle. I don't think I really need one. It just might be handy to have one. I may decide to do that. No. There's a mini game I can play in here. I forgot. That's what that is. A shooting mini game that gets me a bigger quiver, and I'm not going to go for that. Now, I am going to go to the House of Skulltula, because now that I have over 50 Skulltulas, I should, gold Skulltulas, I mean, I should be able to get something. And then I'll explain a little bit about our next mini game, which is even more dastardly. So, is it this guy I talked to? No, he's already... Ah, yes, the curse has been broken. Thank you. Here's a reward for you. A piece of heart. That is probably the most, useful thing, reward that I've gotten out of this. Now, I will say this. I have heard that, after 60, 70, 80, and 90 gold Skulltulas, you do not get any more rewards. You only get... The next reward we get is, after getting 100 gold Skulltulas, which is, I guess, the final... That's all of them in the game, so... Yeah, we won't be getting any more rewards from that until we do all of it. And at this point in time, I don't know what that reward is. So is it worth it? I don't know. And also, I don't know if, or what was I gonna say? Oh, no, I was gonna say, at this point, you know, if you feel like it, you know, if you missed any gold skulltulas as when you were a kid, or you missed any magic beans or whatever, you know, I would, you know, just know you can put the Master Sword back in the pedestal to go back to being a kid, and you can, take care of all the stuff that you couldn't take care of when you were a kid. Just if you want. Oh, wow. Like, maybe you didn't see that one fairy that was over by Hyrule Castle. We kind of can't get to her now because she's, well, because that's area's been completely taken over by Ganon. Or Ganondorf or whatever. Alright, now I want to head to, oh, I'm going the wrong way. I want to head to Gerudo Valley. There's a somewhat nasty minigame that I'm going to play, and just so you know, I'm not going to play the whole thing. There's 2 rewards to this minigame. There's 2 phases to it. The first phase is something that I do want to go after. The second phase is totally not worth it. But I will probably abuse save stating just to ensure that I do it right. And to do this minigame, you will have had to have already completed the, well, you need the fairy bow, but you will have also had to completed the, what do you call it? The Gerudo Fortress section. And you want to make sure you come here at, during the daytime. Now, time passes here in Gerudo Valley, as you well know. So, we will have to, be mindful of that. Yeah, let's ride Epona this way. I love the Gerudo Valley music. They brought it back in Smash Bros. That was cool. Alright, so it's still daytime. Good. I want it to be daytime. Now, I could go that... Well, anyway, I'm gonna go this way. Now, there's supposedly a mini sort of dungeon you can go through if you talk to that girl, but I don't really want to. Maybe I'll be directed to do that later, or maybe I'll have to do that later. I'm not sure. What I do want to do is head this way. And I want to talk to this girl. I probably didn't have to dismount. I could probably just talk to her. Hey, newcomer! Oh, she's not going to say anything. You can talk to some of these girls if you want. I don't really see the need. I'm just going to go up this way. This is a very annoying minigame that you need the fairy bow to accomplish, to do. Alright. Yeah, let's just do it. And you also need Epona to do this as well. Alright, let's talk to her. Hey, newcomer, you have a fine horse. I don't know where you stole it from, but... Okay, how about challenging this horseback archery? Once the horse starts galloping, shoot the targets with your arrows. Let's see how many points you can score. You get 20 arrows. If you can score 1,000 points, I will give you something good. Do you want to try for 20 rupees? I really don't, but to get an item, I kind of have to. I'm probably just going to cut to the success tape and post-commentate over it. So, yeah, here we go. Okay, so what you gotta do is you have a bunch of targets, pots and target boards, and you have to shoot them down while riding Epona. Epona's moving automatically, and you have 20 shots to get up to 1,000 points, basically. And I find it easy to just... Each of those pots was worth 100 points, and then try to get off as many shots onto these targets. If you can shoot the bullseye, that's 100 points, 60 or 30. Just get up to 10 to 1,000. I made it. It was very, very tricky. Took me several times. Fantastic! You are a true master! I will give this to you. Keep improving yourself. And we get a heart piece. Now you collected 3, okay. If you talk to her again, hey newcomer. Yeah. What did she say? This is our horseback archery field. After a lot of hard practice and training, we finally have the skill to hit. Okay, I don't, okay. Point is, okay, I think I have to actually get on Epona to do that. You know, and talk to her. I think she will offer, you know, phase 2 is, yeah, 1,500 points. No, I'm not gonna do that. And you wanna know why? Because your reward for that is a bigger quiver of arrows. So you can up your capacity of arrows to 40 and then to 50. Totally not worth it in my opinion. Not worth the heartache. Now the heart piece, yeah, I'll go for that. But man, that took me several tries to get that minigame down. But we did it, and I'm leaving this place. Oh, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Epona, cooperate with me. So yeah. Woo, that was a rough minigame. So yeah, phase 2, even harder, and the rewards less worth it. Because I would like to try to get all of the heart pieces. And all of the gold sculptulas and that kind of thing. But yeah, we're not going for every single upgrade like that. I'll make do with 30 arrows. If I need more arrows, I'll play that mini game in Kakariko Village. That's it. And like I said, I may do the Poe mini game just to you know, hang on, where we go? Just to get that 4th bottle. It may come in handy for the final boss, you know, to have fairies on standby, but honestly, I'll probably just not even worry about it. Why am I going this way? Let me get around this fence. Ah, which way do I go? How do I get away from this place? I want to leave. I don't like it here. This place is mean. All right. There we go. Now, I'm going to head back to Kakariko Village again. Well, actually, not even so much Kakariko Village. I want to go to Death Mountain. Yep, that's where I want to go to. By the way, back when we did that trading mini game, that mini sequence, where we did all the trading that eventually gave us the big Goron sword. If you didn't kind of pick up when I sort of explained it, throughout the time, because, you know, I could have gotten, like, the other warp songs, for example, and gotten them now, you know, and, you know, go back and do the trading mini games now. The ones that were timed, yeah, warp songs, yeah, they just made it, I demonstrated it once, but yeah, they just make it to where you have 1 second on the timer, and that's no good. But I want to head to, Goron City now. There's a few things, we're gonna basically get ready for our next dungeon. And then we'll do some stuff there. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Sorry, I'm like struggling to find words right now because I'm just like so relieved that I got that mini game out of the way. Now, there are some things I could do at Dodongo Cavern, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not going to, at least not in this video. It's more gold sculptulas and stuff like that. And like I said, I'll probably just save that for one big video. Oh, wow. How that guy did not hit me, I don't know. And no. There we go. Yeah, I want to go to, Goron City. There's somebody very particular that I want to talk to. It's our little friend right here, Little Link, Goron Link. Dad told me not to let anybody follow him into the temple, but only you, Link, can save everyone. I'm sure that the shop owner who is hiding somewhere right now will also help you. Now I'll tell you about the secret passage to the Fire Temple. Try to move the statue inside Dad's room. Oh yeah? So there, I wanted him to say that. To move the statue in Dad's room, Dad being, Darunia. And don't worry about the shopkeeper. I'll tell you exactly what the shopkeeper would help us. And that's, well, what do you say, Navi, by the way? Oh yeah, cloud over Death Mountain. She's talking about a cloud over Death Mountain. But yeah, this statue, we can move it. All right, well, let's go through, this way and see where we are. We're in Death Mountain Crater. We're in a different section of Death Mountain Crater. And as you remember, it's so hot in here that we basically, we have a timer. But if you remember, Link, the Goron Link, he gave us the Goron tunic, and when we equip it, not only does it give Link a nice new shade of red, yeah, that timer's gone. We can hang out in heated areas now. And so when he says, I'm sure the shopkeeper would help you, I think he just means you can buy a tunic from the shopkeeper if you so desire. But we want to use our hook shot right here. And let's see what's this way. Oh, hey Sheik, sup? Man, you're really good at just dropping down. Dropping out of nowhere. It is something that grows over time. A true friendship. A feeling in the heart that becomes even stronger over time. The passion of friendship will soon blossom into a righteous power, and through it, you will know which way to go. You're really poetic, Sheik. This song is dedicated to the power of the heart. Listen to the Bolero of Fire. Well, I guess all these songs he knows, it makes sense that he would be poetic. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. FD, FD, AF, AF. Yes, those are the notes. You can actually test me on that. I am 100% confident that those are the notes. My relative pitch seldom lies. It does lie occasionally, but I'm very confident that those are the notes. Anyway, you guys sound great together. You have learned the Bolero of Fire, I'm sorry. Link, I'll see you again. You keep saying that, and you've never lied, by the way. You are correct. You do end up seeing me again. Oh, this time he put up a wall of fire. Link was like, no, I'm gonna figure out how you do that thing. And he was like, nope, wall of fire. Chic. Anyway, now we have the Bolero of Fire that lets us warp to this platform right here whenever we want. And as you can see, there is the wall that we climbed up a long time ago. At this point, I really don't have anything to do but go into the next dungeon. So I guess we'll go ahead and do that in the next video. Until then, I am 480 Volts. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Peaces!